Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? Anyone know the news on Wafu? I can't find any news on it. No news at all, okay. I love it. I love it. I love the Robin Hooders. So they push a stock up 600% pre-market on no news. Awesome. Is it the Warrior? Maybe Warrior Trading is pumping this thing? This chafing yesterday is a little bit annoying. Like, I saw this setup. I saw it midday when it was starting, looking about to top out after, you know, it was up like 900% on the day, and I saw it like right here. I tried to locate 25,000 shares and there was no locate available, and then it just cracked, retested another time, and then boom, went down like what, almost 80% intraday from that level. I was looking to short it. Super annoying. There was no borrow. Now I wouldn't have held it all the way down. I would have probably covered it all like mid-teens or something, and then it went down another 50%. But still, a little bit annoying. Shorting is a hard game. Timing has to be perfect, otherwise you're gonna get killed, and many times you can't get a borrow, and sometimes the borrow is extremely expensive, like on Nikola. What is AMBO? What's this? Yeah. Why are these microcap China education names up? Teedu. Is there any specific sector news? Because the big ones are capping lower. Tal and Edu. Do you know the news? Okay, not sure. No, I haven't checked. I don't really care about those. They're too small anyways. They're too thin. I'm thinking Wafu maybe, in case this thing does something nuts and starts topping out mid or late day. Could be a trade there. I'm not really sure. Can I even borrow Wafu? Is it tradable? Yeah, it looks like the borrow is already out on Wafu. Oh man, that's annoying. Yep, no borrow available on Wafu. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. So I am going to like mRNA. I'm lucky I covered yesterday. They had some news today. I'm thinking maybe opening range highs could be an entry point, but it needs to be over this declining 20-day. If it stays below that, you know, it could very easily fall back into range. We are starting to see some topping action in the markets, so gotta be careful. My Opus is gapping down a little bit. Alright, whatever. Alright, okay, let's start with my positions then. It's a little bit earlier start than I'm used to, but GBTC, let's see here. I can't see any codes. It's about 12 bucks. It's gapping down a little bit. That's fine. Zoom, I bought some yesterday when it took out. I saw the date, then I sold the third into the close, and I'm gonna use this late day lows as my final stop. It's not gapping down a lot, so I think this thing gets going. I think this thing could go parabolic. It's just super strong. They just can't bring it down. This thing could go to 250, 270 before you know it. So, but I was very careful with it. You know, I had a tight stop and I sold. Once I was up one and a half times my initial risk, I just sold a third just to lock in some before the close. Bill I bought late date yesterday, coming out of a nice little range. I also this one I think I sold about a quarter or a fifth before they close, just locking in. I mean, we are getting stretched in the markets, and even though some setups look very good, you know, if the market pulls back, they're gonna fail, you know. So I was very careful. Peloton is gapping down. I may get stopped out of it, but this one too, I have sold about a third into strength and locked in profit. So even if it stops me out, I'm taking a very small loss on it. Let's see here. Yeah, I still have Peloton. D-Dog gapping down slightly. This is my biggest position. Like, I've sold a quarter or so of it, and it's still almost a 1.4 million position. So it's right now by far, not by far my biggest, but definitely my biggest position. But it's acting well. It's holding above the moving averages and not gapping down very much. Twilio, another one I bought on this break here yesterday on the high tide flag break. I sold about a quarter into the close. Now it's gapping down. There's a good chance it stops me out, but again, the reason I sold them very aggressively, I usually don't sell on the first day, but this time I did, since I took on some decent exposure, and again, the markets are extended, and I just wanted to play it safe. Because we could go into a phase where things start go crazy. I mean, even crazier than they have been, because we still had some good setups, but instead we got a little bit of a rug pull, and that's fine. I'm ready for it. I have positioned for it, and it's called being aggressively defensive. You can be aggressive but still play defense. Tesla gapping down a little bit. Zia's gapping down a little bit. Most of my stuff is holding up very well. Livongo gapping down a bit. TQQ, I shorted some pre-market. I'm about break even on it. And we'll see. I'm risking $2 on the short, a little bit less than $2. But you know, if it pulls back to the rising 20 or even lower, you know, it's a good risk reward. It's just hedging some of my long exposure. Beyond Meat is not acting that well. It's gapping down a little bit more than I would like to, but it's still holding fairly well. We'll see what happens if we find support in the markets and grind higher, or if this is the start of a little bit of a pullback. This Opus, I actually lowered my stop on it a little bit. I have a small position. I want to give it a bit of room, see how it acts. And if it doesn't look like it's gonna bounce or close strong, then I'm just gonna sell it. DraftKings, I'm short. It's gapping down. Fastly, also a small gap down, but it's holding fairly well so far. FMCI, another SPAC, gapping down, but it's holding fairly well. Workhorse gapping down. It's all about we'll see how the markets act. Like if it looks like we're gonna close weak, I'm gonna get rid of a lot of long exposure. I'm gonna sell all the weakest ones. DFS, I only have small position left, about the third size. I covered some pre-market. I'm actually gonna cover some right here, some more. It's starting to approach some bounce areas. It's down 25% in like 4 sessions, and it's right almost at the 20-day moving average. So there's a good chance it may bounce here in this area. BA also gapping down. Covered some pre-market, probably gonna cover some more here. I still have most of my position on this one. I'm gonna cover. I'm gonna get myself down to half size on this thing. All right. I'm actually less than half size on it now. Car gapping down. This one I only have small left. Less than a quarter, about 20% of my initial position. Also approaching some bounce area here. We'll see. Some of these stocks could bounce hard today. Like some of the like cruise lines, airlines. Many of them are very close to the 20-day moving average. We'll see. We'll see what they do. I'm probably not gonna play any bounces. It will be better if we get the bounces tomorrow. Let's see, where was I? Nikola, I held 22,500 shares overnight. I covered some in pre-market. I shorted it on this day here, opening range lows, and I shorted it like late day on this day. I shorted it midday yesterday. I added some more late day, covered up some after hours. It's actually showing the wrong data. Always show last 2 sessions. Here it is. And yeah, cover some pre-market. My target for it today is like $50. I think $50 is reasonable today, and if not today, tomorrow. I'm not gonna hold it over the weekend since it's super expensive. I'm gonna do the math. How much did I pay? Like I had what, 22,500 shares overnight times 0.076 cents times 3. Yeah, I'm paying like $5,000 per day to hold this thing, so I'm not gonna hold it overnight. I don't over the weekend. Oh shit, Mara. Oh, looks like it is now below my stop. Probably have to get rid of it during the day. NCLH covered up some more. Alpha 14. I was just talking about the cruise lines and airlines potentially bouncing hard. I'm definitely not gonna short more today. My goals, yeah, I think 50 is a reasonable target for today or tomorrow. If it gets to $50, I'm gonna cover up most of my shares. And then the second target, not maybe 40. 40 would be like a dream target. If it gets down to 40 by tomorrow, I'll make $1 million on it overall. I've already done my math. If it gets down there, I'm gonna make $1 million on the trade. Total on all the ads. There's been so much chasing and froth lately. Do you expect a big pullback multi-day? I don't know if we're gonna get a big pullback, but if you look at the SPYs, we are right on the rising 10-day. I think we could very easily pull back. I fully expect we pull back to the rising 20-day. That would be like just a normal bull market pullback, 5% pullback. That would be the first stop. Can we pull back more? Absolutely, but I fully expect we pull back to at least the rising 20-day. Like I would be disappointed if the markets don't pull back to the rising 20-day. Or not disappointed, but I would be surprised, considering how much we are up. Like QQQs are up 50%. And the rising 20-day has been the major support so far, or both the rising 10-day and rising 20-day. So I mean, I at least expect to get this 20-day area in the next few sessions. Very possible. You should all be prepared for it. Like I am prepared for it. I'm fully prepared for this. Okay. Oh shit, the market's opened. Okay, I talked too much. I thought we had more time. All right, there's nothing I'm really watching closely. Maybe opening range highs on TQQs. mRNA could be opening range highs. Not super excited about buying breakouts, considering where we are in the markets, but you know, if it triggers, I'm gonna do some. I just bought 20,000 shares of mRNA. Because why not? You know what? I'm gonna buy even more. I have 25,000 shares of mRNA now. This thing looks very, very good. Very, very good. Pen nearing a bounce area. Like a lot of these things are, I think they may bounce hard. Oh, well, mRNA. Not a. I think we are gonna get some big bounces in some of the cyclicals, but potentially. Nikola. I covered up all Nikola in one of my accounts. Let's see here, NCLH. Oh yeah, NCLH I think is gonna bounce hard. I'm gonna cover all of it. I'm not gonna play the bounces, I'm just covering all of these things. Car, oh man, these things are bouncing hard. Yep. Just covering up all of these shorts. At DFS actually I'm not gonna cover, it's not at 20 day. At BA I'm not. But yeah, car and the NCLH, I'm all covered up on those. Personally not playing the bounces on these things, but they look good. Like NCLH looks like a really good candidate. Oh, Zoom is already almost at new highs. Amazing. Oh, GBTC is gonna stop me out though. I'm selling my GBTC, it's not acting well. Bill is acting well, though mRNA is acting great. So far, stocks are acting really well. Like, pretty much all of my stocks are acting super well here. Even though TQQs are about to take out opening range lows. So far, all of the stocks are bouncing hard. Okay, that's great. This is great. Like this NCLH could very easily bounce back to low 20s. Car could bounce back to high 20s. Like they, you know, those things look very good. But I just don't want to take on more long exposure. Save. They're all bouncing hard. Like if I wasn't heavily long already, I would have probably played some of these bounces in airlines and cruise lines and some of the other cyclical types. IMPX is piece of shit. Thankfully I'm not long this thing. So far, I like what I see in the markets. Like stocks are all these growth names are holding very well, and cyclicals are bouncing. Now it's all about waiting and seeing what happens next. Let's see here. TQQ, I will add more to my position opening range lows. I'm short 15,000 shares. I'm gonna add another 10,000 to my existing short. So Nikola covered up 10,000 shares in pre-market and at the open so far. I still have my core 12,500 shares from the 80s and the 90s that I shorted 2 days ago. I think 50 could very easily is the first target for today or tomorrow. BA is bouncing, but it didn't really hit my target, so I'm still have about half size short. Okay, TQQ, I added another 10,000 shares here. Gonna use the highs of the day stop for my ads. Oh, okay, Livongo is weak here. I'm gonna lower my stop a little bit. Wow, Zoom is a beast. This thing goes to 250, 270. I have no doubts. It's showing so much relative strength. Holy crap. It's like on its own planet. Tilray? Yeah. What's ACB doing? Yeah, ACB gapping down. I sold ACB yesterday near the close. It closed like 12 cents above my stop area, so I just sold it. You know, I have no patience with stocks that are not going up. There's no reason to sit here in positions that don't perform. Zoom, oh my god, what a beast. Sold a tiny bit of it. Bill is acting well. CS is acting really well. Just bounced off the rising 10-day. They can't hold it below the 10-day moving average. This thing could be an ad if it if the market pulls back more and this thing holds up, there could be a long setup there in the next few sessions or maybe next week or so. Oh, Peloton new highs. What the fuck? Wow. These things are strong. Okay, I haven't really done much today except for covering a bunch of stuff pre-market and at the open, and also shorted some TQQ, mostly as a hedge to my current longs. But you know, most things are holding up really well, surprisingly well, considering the markets are hitting new lows. But most of my growth stocks are just super strong. Except for Livongo. This thing is... Oh, this thing already stopped me out, I think. No, it didn't. Wait, what? Oh, that's a misprint. Okay, it almost stopped me out. But that's fine. The bull flag is still intact. Like, if this thing stops me out today, but stays inside a range, it could be a buyable setup. Maybe next week or something. So that's fine. TQQ. Shopify, I don't know what to do with this thing. It looks weak. I got shaken out of my short 2 days ago. It kinda looks weak, but they couldn't reclaim the 20-day, which is starting to turn down. So I don't know. Okay, yeah. NCLH, the entry was opening range highs. The primary entry was here, 1680s, and then you had a secondary entry in the, let's say, the 5-minute opening range highs, 1780-ish. So those were the entries. If you bought any higher, you are in God's hands. So I hope you're following the opening range highs rules, guys. Don't chase these things. 1750? Okay, yeah, that's a good entry, absolutely. CrowdStrike looks good too. for the next week potential. Wow, mRNA. Whew, should have bought more shares, I guess. All right, time to start selling some. Already up almost 4%. What a beast! What a beast. Peloton. I'm probably gonna use today's lows as my stop now. Just moving my stops fairly aggressively here. Moving my stop out on up on CES, just trailing the 20-day moving average. PDD, raising my stop a bit since the 20-day has moved higher. Melee, I should probably raise my stop on this one too. So far things are bouncing fiercely. Let's see mid-late day if things start fading or if we actually can hold up well. DFS, wait, am I covered on this thing? Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna keep half size on DFS. Or third size. Just because it didn't hit my target and I think it has more downside. We'll see. Livongo held so far without stopping me out. That's good. Nikola is bouncing, but I think this thing is gonna fade back eventually. Mara, am I still in it? No, I got stopped out of Mara, I think. Yeah, Mara, I got stopped out. GBTC took out yesterday's lows. It's trying to bounce here. I am not in it anymore. So far, so good. You should wait with questions until like half an hour after the open. But you know what, you can ask questions. It's a very slow day today. I'm just managing mostly my existing positions. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. That's fine. Do I ever? Yeah. Like on a setup like NCLH, for example, I didn't trade it. Now I'm not getting any charts, but like it's down on a day. Why am I not getting any charts? Oh, come on. Okay, here. So any of these, like any of these airlines or cruise lines, but I'm taking NCLH as example because this is the one that's most range. Like this thing gapped down, what, 15%? Well, no, 20%. And the entry was opening range highs, right? So, you know, that would have been a red candle since it's down 20% on a day. So on these kind of bounce plays, it's pretty much the reverse. Like I talked about this kind of setup in my video that's pinned on Twitter. I hope all of you have watched it. If you haven't, you should go and watch it today to get most value out of the stream. This is the reverse of my parabolic short setup. It's like pretty much the reverse of Nikola, right? You have a stock that's up multiple days a lot, getting really extended, and then you short it. it gets this parabolic gap up, this exhaustion gap up, then it's just short it opening range lows. NCLH is pretty much the opposite of that. It's the long version of that same setup. Very easily, just wait for the setup, buy opening range highs, sell some into pops, and hopefully maybe this thing can bounce back to low 20s by next few sessions, hopefully. So it's really not rocket science. Very simple setup. Am I thinking? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're gonna bounce back to like the highs that we saw 5 days ago. I mean, not at least in the short term, but in a short term, I mean, they could very easily bounce back to like where they were yesterday, yesterday's highs. But that's why you have stops. That's why you sell into pops and trail the rest. You don't need to do any predictions. All you have to do is wait. This Livongo is actually setting up again. It held the range here in the 60-minute daily charts. It held the rising 20-day, and now it's starting to. You know what? If this thing tries to break out again in above this 62 area in the next few days, I think I'm gonna add to it. I think I'm gonna add another 10,000-15,000 shares to my existing 14,000 shares. This thing, they are, what's TQQ doing? It's not really, okay, it's trying to bounce, but it's still in a downtrend on the 60-minute chart. So we'll see. This is more of a hedge to my existing positions. All right, now a lot of things have bounced. Let's see if they're gonna weaken mid late day, or if we are actually gonna hold this bounce. SPYs are below the 10-day, okay, and QQQs are well above. Yeah, Nasdaq is above the 10-day. All right. What's Russell doing? Russell is right at the 20-day. Okay. Interesting. Maybe we're not gonna get any more pullback. Like, Russell had already like a 9% pullback. Interesting. Is the market crashing today? No, the market is not crashing. At least not yet. Why are you even asking that? Are you looking for a market crash? This is normal price action. Normal price action. We've been straight up for almost 3 months. A little bit of pullback is just healthy. Yeah, exactly. Stocks only go up. Yeah. Yeah, surprise. The market is not green every day. mRNA is weakening though. I don't like that. I'm gonna put back my hard stop on it. Yeah, that's what's scary, you know. You have so many new people in the markets that have never seen a market pullback. Even though we had a market pullback, like one of the worst market pullbacks literally 3 months ago, and people are already freaking out when a market is slightly red for 1 day. There's no reason for a crash. Like, guys, crashes don't happen at the highs, okay? If you study every market crash in history, they usually start below the 200-day moving average, below the 50-day moving average. Like, I've never seen, if you go back and look at the market indices the past 50 or 100 years for the Dow Jones, no market crash started when the index was above the 10-20-day moving averages. So no, I don't think, like, could this be the start of a bigger pullback? Yes, but if you're like looking for a free fall type of a market crash, it's not gonna happen above the rising moving averages. There's just too much dip buying. So don't worry about it. Go and study market action, market behavior. And then, you know, you'll see it for yourself. Then you don't have to, then you can turn off the TV, all these idiots calling for this and that. Because you know that that's not how markets work. Like, guys, all of you should really invest in yourself. If you want to make millions, you really need to put in the work, okay? You can't sit there and trust on, like, follow other people. Like, it's fine to ask for advice, but I'm not like pointing anyone out. I'm just saying general. You should go back, like what I did, right? I went to TC 2000. This is like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, when I started my big market research project. I looked at all US stocks. I went through all of these stocks. Back then, there were like 5,500 stocks. There are fewer stocks now. Just looked at the monthly charts, put up the monthly chart, went back as far as I could, looked at all the big moves, like every stock that went up a few 100%, you know, at least a few 100% in a short amount of time, or thousands of percent over a period of years. I just put them in a different watch list, and then I went through. I looked at price action. I looked at the news. I looked at the earnings. Like, let's just say, pick some random stock, right, that's been around for a while. Like, let's say, let's look at Microsoft, right? I'm looking, okay, so this stock in the 90s, 80s went from, this is, you know, split adjusted, but from the equivalent of 10 cents to $51, $53. That's a $52,000 move. What the hell makes a stock go up 52,000% over 13 years? You know what? Earnings and revenue growth. Boom. Look at something like, I don't know, Domino's Pizza, right? This thing went from like $2 to $400 in 11 years. 16,000%. Why? Earnings and revenue growth. And I started seeing these patterns. And then you also looked for like shorter term moves and all of these, you know, short patterns, and it's the same patterns occurring over and over and over again. There's really no rocket science involved to make millions in the market. All you have to do is learn the setups, patiently wait for them, you know, not do much when the market conditions are not correct, are not well, like when there are no setups, you don't trade much. Yeah, the domino, like, you know, what I've read, the pizzas are not great, but what is great is the delivery. Like, their delivery times are amazing. They even have these heated ovens, like, in their cars, in the delivery cars. Like, they were the first ones to have it. So you get the hot pizzas. They may not be great, but you get them hot and you get them fast, and that's their competitive edge. That's why what they're great at. And that's why the stock is up 16,000% since the 2008 lows. Versus something like, what's the other one? Papa John's? No, wait, yeah, PCCA. This thing is only up 800%. Look at this thing. It went up, pulled back, went up, big pullback, went up. Versus Domino's. This thing is just straight up. Boom, boom, boom. Should I shut up? I'm making you hungry? Well, I just ate, so I'm gonna talk a lot about food because, you know, I usually also get hungry when I talk about food, but I just ate, so. Look. Greasy pizzas are awesome. Greasy pizzas are the best. Yes, I still have DraftKings. Right now it looks like it's holding the 20-day, but if it loses the 20-day, next target would be like 28 bucks maybe, 30, 28. So this thing could go down another 20%, 15, 20% easily. So yeah, I may even add to it, but right now it looks like it's bouncing. Going to mute you? Yeah, do that. Mute me, I dare you. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go through this in my next video. It's gonna be a very, I need to make some more notes. Yeah, biotech, no EPS is okay. Biotech, early stage biotech, they don't move on EPS. They move on like a. I don't even remember when I traded a bio. Yeah, Excel was the last time I traded a biotech gap up. Like, you know, these, you know, FDA news and trial data and stuff like that. It's the same thing, but they're harder than earnings trades in my opinion, because sometimes it's not obvious. Is the data good? Is it bad? Is it expected? Like, you have to do some more research, and I don't have the resources for that. But Excel was, I think, the last one I traded. It did pop about 17% from my entry. Then it started fading back. I sold it a few weeks ago. The last good one was AMRN that I remember. I'm sure I had more since, but I really remember this AMRN. Like, it had enormous volume. And back then, this is like late 2018. Back then, like this year, 100 million share volume days on stocks that are in the double digits, very common. 2 years ago, not very common. Like, you rarely saw a double-digit stock trade like 100 million. This one actually broke out like late day or midday. It had already traded like 50 million shares or more. Like, it was a huge volume, and I bought it. I was actually short it early in the day, but then I switched long. I was like, okay, it gapped up almost 300%. I'm like, nah. And then I saw the volume. I saw like, holy shit, it's gonna take out the opening range highs. So I switched to long, and this thing more than doubled in just a few weeks. So that was a great one. These things can be very explosive, but again, sometimes it's hard to know what the news, like how good are the news? Is it just gonna fade back, or is there anything really game changing on it? Volume is one factor, but sometimes even high volume stocks can just fade back. High volume gap ups. Auto-populated? What do you mean auto-populated? I have a midget that does this all for me. No, no. This is all me. Guys, you wanna make millions, you gotta put in the work. No shortcuts. I wish I had a midget or an AI that did these things for me, but I don't. You have to build your own AI in your head. You have to be a pattern recognition machine. I have hundreds of thousands of these notes on my charts. I've been doing it for many years. I have so many of these notes. Because I always want to, if I pull up a stock, I just instantly want to see the story, the earnings. Like I can just spend like 30 seconds go through. Okay. Now this is one of the hottest stocks in the market, so I know the story. But if there's something I haven't looked at for a few years, I pull it up. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's that stock. They had that news. Like you always want to see what are the expectations for it. What is there really a surprise in what they're releasing now? I sold a little bit more of Zoom. Where I get the info? Twitter. It's just like MarketSmith for earnings numbers. It's just any news service. Like many of these are just directly from Twitter. You have to get a good follow list, and just news headlines many times. You want to make millions, you gotta work for it. And once you get it, like once you really get it, you're gonna make so much money, you don't know what to do with it. I promise you this, guys. I started with like 5,000 first time I started in 2010, 2011. I blew up 4 times in the first 2 years. And now in the past 2.5 months, I'm up like 6 million. Like pretty much a third, or pretty much 40% of all the money I made in the markets I made in the past 2.5 months. That's compounding. If you double 100k, you're gonna have 200k. If you double 5 million, you're gonna have 10 million. If you double 10 million, you're gonna have 20 million. And that's what happened to me, pretty much. Oh yeah, the taxman is very happy. I don't do a lot. I bought a expensive car. I bought a 170k car recently. I'm gonna get it in 6 weeks. Other than that, I'm not. I bought a house. I don't do really much. I just enjoy life. You know what the nice thing is with having a lot of money? You don't have to worry about money. Like every day I make a decision, like should I trade today? So far the answer has been yes every day. But there will be a day I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do something else, right? And just that feeling, having that freedom to choose, 95% of people don't have it. 95% of people are not free. They have to be at a specific place, at a specific time. or they're fucked. Yeah. Anyone can do this. I promise you guys, anyone can do this. You just have to put in the work. Stop following the news. You know, unfollow all of these fucking idiots on Twitter that are calling for this and that. Just follow quality people on Twitter. You know, it's gonna take years to determine who's quality and who's not. But you know, you have to like every opportunity. You have to learn. Like you have to assess: is this working? What is working? What's not working? You have to study past action. Like I said, the same patterns they repeat over and over again. I'm pretty much doing the same thing over and over again. I have two main setups. Okay, breakouts. They could be either earning scappers or they could be like these high tide flags I've been trading lately. Like I've traded a lot of these, both of those setups, but it's the variation of the same, you know. And then the meaner version setups, like we've seen it on Nikola the past few days, where I've just been, you know, traded the exhaustion gap, and I've been adding on the backside. And then on NCLH and all the cruise lines, airlines today. This is also the same setup, just in reverse. Those are the two, or let's just say the three main setups I trade. And I also have some variations of those. So just like three setups. I'm doing it over and over and over again. Ditch what doesn't work. Keep what's working, right? Scale out when the trade goes for you. Get stopped out when it doesn't work. And your money starts compounding. Like, do the math. If you double your money every year, like no matter what your starting sum is, if you double your money, and you can easily double your money. Like, I think my average return over the past 7 years is like 200% per year, pre-taxes and pre-expenses. So, but let's just say that you double your money after tax and after living expenses. Just do the math. Like, how much are you gonna have after 5 years, 10 years? That's what's possible. You just have to believe it. You have to believe you can do it. And that's why you need mentors. You need role models. Because it's kind of hard to come to the market not knowing anything and just following these random day traders that front run you. You know, you're not going to compound your money. You're going to compound your losses. And even if you make money, you don't know why you made the money. It's just pure random luck. Oh yeah, I've had many mentors. Like, I've had probably, you know, a dozen mentors along the years. Like, I've taken one or two key concepts from everyone, and then I moved on. Like, implemented something that made sense to me, implemented in my trading, and then I moved on. And I'm always looking for new people. Like, opening range highs, like, I read a book, or I read somewhere, like an article, there was a guy that made like, you know, a personal net worth of like $1 billion. All he traded was the opening range highs and opening range lows. And now he's a fund manager. Like, but he did it on futures and commodities and stuff like that. But that's the concept I got from him. Like, he even wrote a book about it. I don't remember the guy's name. It's pretty interesting. He's just a random guy. He started with his own money, and then he made a lot of money, started a fund. That's where I got that concept. It's a great for, you know, risk management purposes. Catching new trends early. The earning scalper trade that I got from StockB. The parabolic shorting, those are like from different guys. Like Tim Sykes is where I learned it first from. And then a lot of other people have reinforced it in me. Like Investors Live, Investors Underground, that chat room, I learned a lot. Yeah, exactly. Day trader. He's the new mentor for many. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. right? He bought more than 5% of IMPX. He has to file. He has to file with the SEC. He probably doesn't even know about it, right? That he has to do it. They're probably gonna investigate him. You know, he doesn't know anything. He has no idea. He was lucky. He got the airlines and the cruise lines, and now he thinks he's better than Warren Buffett. And yeah, as long as the market keeps going up, he's gonna be a genius. But you know, how well is he gonna do when the market, you know, if you have another, you know, big pullback? I don't know. I know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be preserving cash. I'm gonna do some shorting. I'm gonna, you know, just follow the trend. But does he know what he's gonna do when the market pulls back another, say, 15-20%? I don't know. Probably not. Wow, Shopify breaking out here. Very strong. Toby Crable, no, I don't think it is him. Or maybe it is him. I recognize the name. Okay, oh shit, I see a lot of questions here. Let's see. Hey David, did you mute me? Because I just held like the best inspirational and motivational speech ever. David, did you mute me or not? Well, I guess if you did mute me, you're not gonna hear this. Let's see. Fidelity doesn't offer VWAP as an indicator. Is there something similar to VWAP? I don't think there is. VWAP is VWAP. I don't think there is anything similar to it. Let's see. Do you have any other source of income to fall back on, like trust fund, inheritance? No, I don't. No, absolutely not. I don't have any trust fund or inheritance. Are you under US tax laws in terms of capital gains, even though you're in Sweden? Nope, I'm paying taxes in Sweden, not in the US. All you have to do if you're a foreign citizen, or you have to fill out form W8Ben, and you're exempt from US tax. Good thing is you don't have to go to corporate job and kiss manager's ass. Yes. I am done with kissing ass. You are top notch, Christian. Thank you, Stock Trader Pie. Stock Trader Pal. Okay. Do you have a different broker for short and long? No. 95%, 99% of my trading is at the same broker. I use different clearing houses, but it's the same platform, same broker, but it's two different like logins. If you would have to start again with a small account, would you day trade again, or would you? I would probably day trade more. I would do both. I would probably start swing trading from the beginning, since I know how to do it. Like I can recognize really good setups, but I would do more swing trading. Day trading, just to compound my returns. You are trading options, futures, or just stocks? I'm trading stocks and ETFs only. I don't do options or futures. Really appreciate all the education and the YouTube video explaining your methods. Thank you, Paul. Did you have a mentor? Yeah, I already answered that. Thanks for the video, man. No problem, Dean. David, yeah. Is that from? Let's see. Have you heard? Rolly Trader. Who is Rolly Trader? Never heard of Rolly Trader. Rolly Trader. Is it Rolly Trader? Is it this guy? No, he hasn't tweeted since like. Wait, Rolly Trader? I don't think. No. Wait. Toby. Let's see. If you can only trade one setup and only one, what would it be? Oof. Probably like breakouts, some variation of a. I don't know, like either the parabolic long short setup, or which is more of a shorter term, like let's say a few days to a few weeks kind of a setup, or I would trade like the any variations of a breakout, like either a earnings gapper or like a high tide flag breakout. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. If I only had to trade one, I guess it would be some kind of a breakout, like the earnings gapper or something. These markets are not normal and tricky for newcomers. 2016 were easy years, now Nasdaq up. Well, I think it's very dangerous to put a label on a market, bull market, bear market, not normal. Like everything that happens in the markets are normal. Like it doesn't matter if it has happened before or not, that it's normal. It's just, you know, you just have to adapt. Because everything that's new will be normal after a while. When you say opening range breakout, is it 1 minute or 5 minute bar? It can be both. I use combination of both. He's not gonna make his $1,000,000. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. That's like 5 minutes ago. I don't know what I was talking about back then. David? David, did you really go to make breakfast? You missed like the best motivational / inspirational speech ever. Your speech was better than DiCaprio is in Wolf of Wall Street. Thank you, Nespal. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna put my speech in, or I'm gonna make a new speech in the other video. He was a swing trader, now a VC guy. Okay. What was the form you mentioned? It's W8/Ben is the form. You're gonna get it from your broker. They're gonna give it to you. They're gonna send it to you. No worries. Pullbacks versus breakouts. Which give breakouts, I would say. Ah, David missed the best speech ever. What a loser. Oh. Are you having a greasy pizza for breakfast? Oh, mRNA stopped me out. It looked so good. Oh well. It looked really good. It even gapped up above the 20-day. I thought it was going to open below the 20-day and get rejected there. But if it sets up again later in the day, I may rebuy it, but probably not. But I could do it. Peloton looks great. CS is super strong. Look at how just surfing the rising 10-day. It just can't, bring it below that. D-Dog about to hit new highs. Wow, this market, I mean, it's amazing. Twilio, I may even add to this thing. Just because I like the strength in the markets. And Twilio is still in the high tide flag pattern. It wouldn't be crazy to add more, I don't think so. SC, this is also surfing the 10-day. They just can't hold it down to 10-day. It's just amazing. This market is amazing. Wow. DraftKings. Okay, TQ. So yeah, TQQ. I got stopped out of this short. I had opening range lows. Took a small loss on it. I still have the shares I did pre-market. I'm gonna use that 94.50, which is like pre-market highs. I'm gonna use that as a stop for the rest. It's just things are just super strong. DFS is not bouncing very well. That's good because I'm sure it's still fast workhorse. Nikola is bouncing, but it has both the 10 and 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart have turned down. I think there's a lot of resistance here in the 65-ish area. So I don't think it's gonna go much higher than that. BA looks like it didn't bounce much either. Okay, things look good. Things look good overall. Very good. Is space a good setup? I mean, you mean SBCE? No, absolutely not. It's hitting new lows. Do you ever enter like mRNA later today? Below? Yeah, absolutely. Like mRNA, this is a variation, but you kind of have to know when to use it. Like, I think it's a good setup. It's one of the best momentum stocks in the market. It's a hot sector like COVID-19 vaccine, right? Very hype stock. One of the best momentum stock. What I see here, like it had a big run, went sideways, broke out, went sideways, broke out, then it pulled back to the rising 50, had a perfect bounce, and now it just went sideways, built higher lows, and it's coming out of this range, okay? You know, it's above this 20-day moving average. And if it starts, you know, like if it can go sideways, build some higher lows intraday, and then start breaking out of this 64.50 or 65 or, you know, 66 consolidation, whatever, however it builds the pattern, I'm willing to buy it back. Just because it's a very good setup. It's a super good setup. It may have failed right now, but they could very easily just bring it back. And then push it back to 80 or something. So I'm definitely watching this thing for later in the day. Oh my god, Wafu! Ah, wow. What if it goes like 20? Oh man, I need to get some... This is gonna be up 1,000% later. I feel like this thing is gonna be up 1,000% in a few hours. I can't get my hands... I tried to locate pre-market and yeah, I can't get any shares now either. Oh! No, I tried to locate it pre-market. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. So far, a lot of these bouncers are stalling, and maybe some of them also trying to pull back a little bit, but you know, it's just a waiting game. You know, trail your stops, size down into strength, and we'll see. Yeah, D-Dog, definitely. This thing is so strong. I have sized down I think I sold about 20% of my position because this was a very big position. I think my position was like I think I had like 1.6, 1.7 million of it when I bought it. Now I'm down to 1.4 million. But still my largest position. So, I mean, I really hope this thing goes to 100. It could. I'm just trailing it. Now my stop is actually right at the 20-day. So now as the 20-day is moving higher, I'm gonna start moving my stop higher every couple of days. Yeah, Nate and those guys took it, yep. Probably. They must have located, I mean, I don't know who took the shares, but... yeah. Oh man, feels like I've been talking non-stop for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna take a break, just go through Twitter and see what's going on. Shut up, David. Go and mute me. Stop whining in chat. Thank God, take a break. David, just mute me. It's better for both of us. Uh, Bod? No. I mean, through opening range lows, maybe. It may have some downside, but it's a very slow moving stock. It doesn't have a lot of percentage range. The average daily range is only 3.2%. I don't think it's a good day trading stock. But I see what you see. You know, there could be some downside, but it's just not very fast stock. It was some article or book or something. I don't remember the guy who wrote it. I just, you know, that's where I got the idea. I don't remember the book name. I don't remember the guy's name. We're still seeing some nice setup, like this Shopify setting up. If it can go sideways for a few more days and get tighter, this is like a variation of a high tide flag. Net looks very good. If it can also go be a little bit tighter, go sideways for a few days. Twilio, I'm already in it, but this one too, like if this thing tries to break out tomorrow or the next few sessions, I'm gonna add to this thing. It looks exactly like D-Dog before it broke out, and D-Dog looks like it wants to go to 85.90. it's like, I mean, this market is, it's just non-stop setups, long setups, short setups, like non-stop. It's unbelievable. I almost like, it's like almost like free money. Thanks, Fed. Appreciate you. It's definitely the best market I've seen. Or maybe I'm just a better trader, I don't know. Like I get recognize the best opportunities better than I did, you know, a couple of years ago or 5 years ago. It's all about getting a little bit better every month, every year. Do more of what works, do less of what doesn't work. W. It looks pretty good. I think it's gonna go higher. I mean, this thing is up 650% from the lows, almost 700% of the lows, and it's flagging. You know, if it can go sideways for a few more days, tighten up a little bit, that would be a very good long setup. I'm not sure if it's ready yet. It's a little bit. Yeah. I would prefer a few more days of sideways. I don't use fibs. They don't really exist in my world. um, I really don't believe in resistance for stocks that are at all-time highs. Like they could go. I mean, this thing could go to 200, right? I don't know. I'm not a believer in resistance on these kinds of stocks. Like the best thing to do with these guys is just, you know, sell into, you know, strength, sell small pieces into strength. Every time they go up 5%, sell some, or 10%, sell some. And then you just trail, like use the 10-day, the 20-day moving averages. On slower stocks, you can use the 50-day, but this is a very fast stock. Like once this thing pulls back to the 50-day, right? You know, you know, the stock may even go below your average, you know, even if it goes up a lot first. So you're gonna have to use these faster moving averages. So far, things look very, very good. Oh man, kind of weird having a chill day. Like I've only traded one thing today. No, two stocks. TQQ, which I'm about to take a $35,000 loss on total. My two entries, and I also took a $34,000 loss on mRNA. But it's holding up fairly well so far. If we can reclaim VWAP and take out this 6440 area minimum, I may rebuy it and use like the lows of the day as my stop, because I still think the setup is very good. You get used to it. I mean, I look at my P&L all the time, like not the total. Yeah, I look at my P&L all the time. Like, I don't think it's you know, just so I know where I'm at with my different positions. Because that's the technical level. That's where the VWAP is, and that's where the 60, you know, the 60-minute candle break is. The current 60-minute candle. Or, well, 64.37 if you want to be exact, yeah. Look, at this point, I don't even care. Like, 10 million is like less than 10% of my account. It doesn't bother me. Like, I had my first $1 million loss. Like, my first $1 million account pullback happened last year. Like September, that pretty much when I started streaming, or before I started streaming. Here, I think when the market pulled back like April, May last year, I gave back like $1 million in profits, in open profits, and I also took some losses. Or no, sorry, no, it was here, like July, August. I gave back a lot of, like, primarily on EMPH, like this thing pulled back a lot. And I should have used the close below the 20-day as my stop, but instead I went for the 50-day, so I gave back a lot of money. And Roku too, instead of using the 20-day, I used the 50-day, like a close below the 50-day, right? It bounced here off the 50-day, then it had a big down candle, and the close below the 50-day was 15% below the 50-day. So, I also gave back a lot of money. So those I gave back a lot of money, and I had some losses, and I gave back money on some other trades too. And so my first $1 million account pullback happened almost a year ago, less than a year ago. And since then I've had like $2 or $3 million pullbacks. So I'm getting pretty used to them. Now, if I would take $1 million loss like today, I wouldn't even care, because I'm up like 2 million in the past few weeks alone. Like, or I think I'm up like 2 million in the past like 5 trading sessions. So it wouldn't bother me that much. I don't spend a lot of money. Taxes. My main expense is taxes. That's my main expense. Let's see. Opening range book could be Mark Fisher and his ACD system. Mark Fisher, I don't recognize the name. Do you have had any other jobs? I've been unemployed since 2013 or 2012 even. I haven't gone to work since 2012. But yeah, I've had other jobs. I've had several other jobs. I've been a security guard. I've been IT support. I've been working as like mailman. Frost trader. The cruise lines long were opening range highs today. That's where the setup was. It's a 30% capital gains tax in Sweden. Okay, this is also a question I get all the time. I need to answer that in the next video. I don't use RSI or FIB. Nope. Or Bollinger shares, or MACD. I don't use any of those. No chance to go. Yeah, I mean, I could go tax free, but whatever. I don't really care. I could move to some tax free country, but I don't want to live in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia. I don't want to live there. LK, I don't think there's anything there. It's in limbo right now. Probably needs a few days to set up. There could be a setup. in a few days. Yeah, but I don't want to live in Dubai. What would I do in Dubai? Like, I don't know anyone there. My girlfriend would probably dump me if I moved there. I don't think she wants to live in Dubai. Puerto Rico, well, again, I don't want to live there. Yeah, we don't have a lot of police here. We really don't. Like, when I'm abroad, like, you see much more police, but in Sweden, you just don't see a lot of police. We have a we don't have many police per 1,000 inhabitants. Like, Sweden is like one of the lowest in the world. We're kind of self-going. We don't need a lot of policing. There's a lot of trust in society. Like, most countries, they don't have trust in their societies, but in Sweden there is. Like, people trust each other. Dubai too hot? Yeah, not only that. Like, I think the mentality is like much different. Like, the people. I don't think I would be happy in Dubai. Singapore or Monaco? Nope. 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 Bay Area, be my trader. We can trade together. Police are very gentle. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank God I'm not black, right? Cheaper. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Much cheaper gas for my new guzzler. Latvia? Well, in that case, I would move to Estonia because I'm from Estonia originally. Portugal? No. Swedistan? Yeah. Well, let's just say it's gone wrong way the past 10-15 years. There's just um, um, yeah, things have gone the wrong way. Like, I'm not gonna move to another country. It's just I like Sweden, and everyone I know is in Sweden, pretty much, and in Estonia. Estonia I could move to, but any other country, not really. You have? Oh, you're from Latvia? You're all welcome to Sweden. No, I got stopped out of entire position. It took out the opening range lows. There's no point in holding things that hit new lows. Okay, Twilio is pulling back again. Maybe I'm gonna get stopped out this time around. Wait, 196? Oh, yeah, okay, 196, very good, alright. Yeah, I'm in Stockholm. No, because I don't have any locates on it. I don't have any locates on it, and I also don't see any good setup on it yet. Like this, the one that went this LF, not LFIN, What is SFIN? No. What's the stock that went yesterday? JFIN, right? Like this one had a good setup. It even had like three good setups intraday, but this Wafu, it doesn't have a good setup right now. It's just a random drop. I don't think the setup was good enough. Yeah, IMRN also. This one was a tricky one. I completely ignored it. I wanted this thing to gap up on day 2. We didn't get it. This was all pretty tricky. Like maybe the late day, but this thing broke down like literally in the past few minutes of the day. IMPX, I hate this stock. It's like the worst stock ever. Yeah. Oh, and it's pulling back again. I mean. It really is the worst stock ever. I think I've taken 8 losses and 1 tiny gain on it. 7 or 8 losses. Haven't experienced a stock like that in a while. You know what Mark is starting to set? If he can hold the 20-day, go sideways a few days and break out, like this thing is not going away. It's just not going away. It's just pulled back into technical support. It's actually building higher lows. See this? It's building slightly higher lows. It looks pretty damn good. It does not look bad at all. But this 250, 260 area is key. It needs to reclaim that area. IMPX is tempting me, yep. It always tempts me and then it reverses on me. Oh wow, Lake is coming back. Interesting. GAN, good re-entry. I'm gonna tell you as soon as I get a short. Yeah, it's trying to bounce off the 20-day, but right now there's no setup there. Probably needs a few days to set up again. Oh shit, Nikola escaped. Okay. Okay, it bounced a little bit more than I thought it would. Well, the cost average for the shares I have left is, in the like over 80, so it's fine. But maybe I should look for a re-entry for short. Too bad it couldn't hit that low 50 at least, but that sucks. You know what? I'm gonna re-add some. Probably. Oh, the borrow cost has gone down. That's nice. Oh, wait. 33 cents per share, and that was. Oh, wow, the borrow cost is only a third of what it was. Nice. Where should I short it? There's a big bounce. 30% bounce. I'm probably gonna re-short 10,000 shares if it starts losing that 66 area, maybe. I don't know. Have to wait and see. Wait, I can only 9,500 shares available? Okay, whatever. I'll do that 9,500. We'll see. Not gonna go crazy on it. I'm thinking, you know, in case it pulls back to low 60s or something, or high 50s. I don't think it's gonna do it today, but it could. Okta is definitely a market leader. Yeah, I even drew this trend line to set an alert. You know, another few days sideways, it could be a nice setup. It's definitely a good setup, or you know, gonna be in a few days at least, probably. All right, we're starting to see these bounces fail a little bit. Some of them at least. Some are holding up pretty well, like UAL is holding up very well. What's DAL doing? DAL, yeah, they all look the same. LUV, yep, they all look the same. Nah. MRSN, NVAX, ADAP. MRSN, sure, it's a thin stock, but yeah, absolutely. It's a phase one. I don't know. I'd rather go with stocks that have earnings. This is much more speculative. Like, this is the kind of stock that could gap down 50%, 70% overnight. I would stay away from this. Early stage biotech. Let's see, NVAX. Yeah, sure. It needs to tighten up a little bit, but it could be good. Like, if it starts breaking over that 48 area in the next few days, or 47, mid 47s, could be good. And ADAP. Nah, this is not a great setup. It's below the 10-day and looks like it's about to break down. Shopify is a good setup. Net is a good setup, but in a few days, that is. Twilio is in a good setup. Oh, I got stopped out of it, okay. But Twilio, as long as it doesn't break down, it's gonna be a good setup. And also this one, where is it? Livongo. If you can go sideways a few more days, it's gonna be a good setup. But it may stop me out today. I don't know yet. It looks like it may stop me out. I'm starting to see things fading. Treadle, best practice. Look, well, that's a classic mistake people do. They hold their losers, sell their winners. You should just do the other way around. Sell your losers fast and hold your winners. Use the 10, 20-day moving averages. If you are swing trading, that is. You just have to force yourself to do that. Some people have very hard time to, you know, sell losers and hold the winners, but you have to force yourself. You have to, like, train your brain. You have to literally like rewire your synapses in your brain. Like, literally, you have to force it. Oh shit, TQQ. Okay, okay, I'm gonna add back. I'm gonna add back. I'm gonna add back even more size on TQQ. It's about what I'd say 91.17, 91. Okay, 94. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna short more TQQ. I'm gonna add back what I covered and a little bit more. I think, you know, 94.20. Let's see. This is now we're starting to see selling coming. We had that morning bounce, and now we'll see. Now we'll see what happens. This thing is. Oh man, I'm gonna have to use a white stop. Okay, I just shorted some. Probably need to have a tighter stop for those ads. Maybe use like 93 as no. Let's see here. Yeah, starting to pull back now. See what happens. And now it's a good time. See what holds up and what doesn't. So far, I'm very impressed by the growth stocks I'm in, like all these software related names, internet stocks. Very impressed so far. But if we gonna have another leg of selling, we'll see what holds up and what doesn't. I'm sure something will stop me out. DFS about to take out lows of the day. Okay, good thing I didn't. Oh, OPES. I probably need to get rid of this thing. Okay, I just sold this OPES. Took. Like I said yesterday, it trades weirdly liquid. Like I sold my 20,000 shares and I only moved the price a few pennies. Like there's a lot of like liquidity on the offer and ask, bid and ask. Just super weird. It's the same thing with the other one I'm holding. This what's the symbol? FMCI. It's the same thing. Not a very liquid stock, but you can move like 20,000 shares by barely moving the price. Super weird. Very weird. Some stocks are just like that. And then there are stocks that have like a lot of volume, but they're very thin. Okay, now we may see a washout in the markets. Now all the Robin Hooders are thinking, wait, why is there a negative, why is there a minus sign in front of my P&L? What is this? Is this a new feature Robinhood added? Yeah, red bar. What is that? They're gonna email Robinhood support. They're like, did you change the color of the bars? Did you change the standard color? Like, what's going on? Exactly. What is this new bright color? Do you ever buy below 20? Yeah, sometimes I do. It depends on the setup. Like bounce type of setups. Okay, let's see here. So I'm still okay. So now I'm starting to think about what, like, if we close weak. Now the markets are bouncing again. Fuck. We'll see. But you know, Livongo is a short candidate to sell. It's kind of close to my stop. So if this thing closes weak, I'm probably gonna sell it. Like if it closes below 60, and definitely if it closes below 59, I'm gonna sell it. Beyond Meat looks decent, but this one I may size down if it closes weak. AMD I may size down if it closes weak. Tesla I'm gonna keep the full position, it's holding up very well. SC I'm gonna keep my full position. Bill closes weak, gonna sell most or all of it. Melee holds up very well. D-Dog is holding up well. CS is holding up well. PDD holding up well. Fastly holding up well. Peloton holding up well. And Zoom also holding up well. But Zoom also, if it closes weak, I'm gonna sell all of it. It's a speculative kind of name. Or, you know. They will ask for a refund. Yeah. Wasn't there a guy on Reddit, like on Wall Street Bets, that I think I saw like a screenshot. Like he was seriously, he took like a few losses. He started trading, took some losses, and he tried to ask for a refund. Like the guy like literally asked on the boards if he could get a refund for his losses. I don't know if he was trolling or if he was serious, but I bet there are people out there that think they could get a refund. I bet there has to be people out there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, peer trades, exactly. He wanted to know if there was a return policy on his shares. That's exactly right. Like, hey, I'm sitting on losses on these shares. Can I just return those? Oh man, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, people are just. It's kind of funny, like, if you're gonna buy something for like say $5,000, like no matter what it is, like some very expensive electronics or some anything, like usually do a lot of research. Like you look around, you read reviews, you just do some due diligence. But in the stock market, people just put their life savings in an account and start trading, and they have no idea what the hell they're doing. It's a pretty interesting phenomenon. Yeah. I want to return on my TVIX when I was shorting on the way up and lost 2.5 million. Do you have a return policy on that? I do want to keep the 2.5 million 2.5 3 million I made on the way down, but I want to return those borrowed shares. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do one more scan here. Doku is strong, QDL, Netflix is strong. Look, as long as these mega cap names look good, we're not gonna have a significant pullback. Apple is strong, Microsoft is holding up well, Amazon is strong, Google pulled back into the base. Facebook pulled back into the base, holding the 20-day moving average so far. ICEA looks interesting. It's not going away. I'm gonna watch this thing. The volume is not impressive, but maybe get a setup later. APT trying to come back. And then there's some random names. MYOE, Grub. Oh man, I'm getting tired here. Kind of nice having a slow day. Because like yesterday and the day before that and Friday, etc. were super busy days. And there was just so much going on. Oh, NKLA looks like I'm gonna get stopped out of those shares I added. Or maybe not. We'll see. I'm gonna add more if it goes red. Yeah, Doku. Yeah, looks good. This Etsy setting up, holding up very well. A few more days. We have a nice flag there. Oh man, I'm getting tired, I'm getting hungry. So I'm gonna cut the stream now. Thankfully I did record this session because there's some really good stuff in here. There really is. I had a really nice little motivational slash inspirational rant. I think one of my better ones ever. Maybe the best one. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, thanks for joining, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck trading the rest of the day. Take care, guys.